So, a lot of you have asked me to weigh in on the Roblox Innovation Awards. Oh, good God. Here we go. Now, before we start, what are the Roblox Innovation Awards? Well, basically, it's a group of games that have been picked out by, I think, Roblox themselves, for the most part anyway, which is further proof that they don't know what the hell they're doing. And the winners will be announced at the Roblox Developer Conference coming in September. The Roblox Developer Conference is an invite-only event where a bunch of old people get together to talk about the best ways to exploit children for money. I mean, the best ways to make the best games possible. That is definitely what it's for. And before anyone asks, no, I'm definitely not cynical about all this. And I also would definitely not bet that a fair amount of people in attendance are kind of similar to this guy. But we won't talk about that. Anyways, Roblox's platform has a game right now that effectively lets you predict the winners of the Innovation Awards and also shows the nominees for each category. And people wanted me to take a look at, hang on a minute, Best Video Star, and I'm noticing a problem here. All right, well, I only recognized a singular one of these people on here, and the only reason I recognize them is because they've made speaking to my live stream chat very, very difficult in the past. But regardless, who the hell are these people? Let's see here, 4.6 million, definitely no cringe to be found. I could play a dress-up game, come on. 9.73 million, I mean, I'm pretty close. I probably deserve to be up there. 5.32 million, chump change, and I invited 100 Roblox YouTubers into one call? Take a guess if I got that invite, you son of a... 721,000 subscribers. I mean, that actually is kind of close to where I'm at. And their channel seems to just be tutorials on how to get items. So, I'm gonna be honest, I don't even know how they're on here, but go vote for this person if you're gonna vote for anyone. No, but on a more serious note, I did want to take a look through some of the categories of games here because there are some questionable picks. Obviously, most of the categories are of games I've either not played because, well, I don't care, or of games that I've just never heard of. So we're going to go through a few of the categories and talk about, well, just why. I was pretty surprised by the best shooter category having helmet on it, mostly because, well, there's honestly not a whole lot to that game. It's really well made, don't get me wrong, probably deserves to be here, but the actual content for the game is pretty lacking. Guts and Black Powder also definitely deserves to be up there, that game's super solid. Arsenal, I mean, that game's old as crap, and kind of a criticism I have with the Innovation Awards as a whole is I saw a fair few games that just have been around for a long time. I think I saw Flood Escape on there, that game's ancient, so Innovation Awards doesn't make a whole lot of sense when you have an old game, especially an old game that seemingly doesn't really get updated all that frequently, but I could be wrong. And then Gunfight Arena, I haven't played that one, so I can't really speak on it. Here's the real tragedy, though. Best Action RPG. We have Blox Fruit, Deep Woken, Dungeon Quest, and World Zero. Now, I haven't heard of those last two, but, yeah, I've definitely heard of the first two. And you know what? As much as I wish that a game that actually deserved an award got one at the Roblox Innovation Awards, well, yeah. I hate to be the one to tell you guys this, but you don't think this is happening. Will one of, if not the best games on the entirety of the Roblox platform beat out a big ol' heaping pile of dog shit? No. No, it won't, and you'd have to be a fool to think it would. The real question marks start in the next category, though, because this is just like, well, what the fuck? Best strategy game. Anime Defenders, a tower defense game. A Dusty Trip, tower defense simulator. And The Strongest Battlegrounds? What? Okay, so Do the developers of Roblox know what a strategy game is? No, they don't. They just sit in boardrooms and talk about the best ways to exploit children for money. But if they just did a Google search, literally just Googled strategy games, they would find games like StarCraft 2, Civ 6, XCOM. Like, guys, on what planet is Dusty Trip a strategy game? Or Strongest Battlegrounds a strategy game? You could grasp at straws and tell me that a tower defense game is a strategy game. And while sure, these tower defense games are almost certainly barely strategy games whatsoever, and really barely games whatsoever, considering that every tower defense on Roblox appears to be a thinly veiled slot machine where it's all about gambling and not actually about playing a game. But regardless, I hope that these tower defense games don't get snubbed by a Dusty Trip or Strongest Battlegrounds, two games that are just ostensibly not strategy games. Why are they in this category? Do they just really want these two games to win something? I have no idea. I really don't know. But what are they doing here? Things stay interesting when we get into the best fighting game category. We have Blox Fruit. All right, I suppose that's fair. Strongest Battlegrounds. Yeah, that's a fighting game. Type Soul. Yeah, that's also a fighting game. Guts and Black Powder. Okay, now you're not even trying. Did you just run out of ideas? On what planet is Guts and Black Powder, a PvE zombie survival game, a fighting game? The people who nominated these games have no fucking clue what they're doing. Absolutely zero. That or they were just farming outrage, because congratulations, you did it. This makes no sense. Here's what happened. I know exactly what happened. A bunch of old men were sitting in a boardroom thinking about the best ways to exploit children, and then they were like, let's do an awards show. That's brilliant. We can promote some of our biggest moneymakers like Blox Fruit. All right, well, we need the categories. We're doing fighting games. In which games do you fight things? Ah, this zombie game. You fight the zombies, therefore it's a fighting game. Put it on there. What the fuck? Does anyone want to tell these guys that fighting games is an actual genre of video games and it's not just games where you fight stuff? No, nobody tell them that. It's more funny when they put a zombie survival game in the fighting game category. Just couldn't make it up if I tried. But now we move on to the real shit. The Roblox Developer Conference Voting Board. These are the games that the winners are going to be announced on the stage of the Roblox Developer Conference in September. For People's Choice, we have a dress-up game, Gunfight Arena, Driving Empire, and The Strongest Boring Grounds. Is it unfortunate that The Strongest Boring Grounds is on here? Absolutely. But it is what it is. But no, that's not where the problems lie. Not by a long shot. Best new experience. A Dusty Trip. Dress to Impress. Anime Defenders. Souls RNG. Best new experience. Souls RNG. Ah! What world are we living in? How the fuck is that the best new experience? There's not even a game! What the fuck? Why even go on? Why even continue living when Souls RNG gets nominated for Best New Experience? It's not even a game. It is an experience. It's in the right spot. The world is over. It's a lost cause. Why do we continue to go on? If Souls RNG wins Best New Experience, I will be doing a 24-hour live stream of Souls RNG.